should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. We welcome you. That's the punter, Ethan Evans, to get this started. Off we go from Southern California. And he goes nowhere. Buried back at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Murray now going to throw to open. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr. the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Pick up there of 19 yards. It's an Arizona first down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Going downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown number 19 on the year. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Cardinals are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Cody Simon on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Corum. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing new.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
This is 3rd and 6. 22! A shotgun snap to Stafford. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend that lead.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
They get 24 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, a fumble, or interception, The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. His throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Murray. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work to separate the man from the football. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Murray's going to throw again. That is caught, and he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down. He'll try to sneak it here, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Kyler Murray, touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
The kick is good.
So you look back a week ago, Mike, and that tough loss, and you can already see this is a much different group. There's a different focus, there's a different clarity, there's a different operation in and out of the huddle. They look sharp, motivated, and 2 drives later, they've got 2 touchdowns, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Throwing is Bennett. Exiting the pocket right. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks. But right now, it's been a lot of double coverage. It's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Rams 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. These 2 moving the chains themselves. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. It's 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing again is Stafford. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think now we're starting to see this defense start to make some adjustments. We saw him give up a few plays earlier in the game, especially to this back, so he's someone they have to understand. He's not just going to hurt you on the ground. He also is a threat in the passing game. So nice job there making some adjustments on the back end, and they forced the incomplete.
Viking 18, Mustang 19.
Go. Now Bennett. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
250.
They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. They'll throw on first down with Murray. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around, making the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as somebody they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
To throw again is Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Again, it's Murray. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they go to work on 1st and goal. Throwing again is Murray. Taking off to the pylon. He's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. Sanders here for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cardinals mistake themselves to a 21-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here's Bennett. Samuel there to make the catch.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes. Baron Browning in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
Let's go.
Bennett to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
At their own 36-yard
And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. First and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, it's Murray. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And some good blocking, bringing up a gain of 9 as we get to third down.
45-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
Working out of the gun, Murray. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And he will go all the way. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike,
Jason
but I think it's
Sanders
clear
for
by
the extra
now that
point.
we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Jason Sanders
After the
set to
touchdown,
kick off.
Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, yeah. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. To throw is Bennett. He'll drop this down to Corum. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 28-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is brought in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain
A
of
gain there
27
of
yards.
27 yards.
That's good for a Rams.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime,
First
Mike,
and
you
10
got to
at the
start getting some
44-yard
wins,
line.
and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Throwing, Bennett. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
34-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
To the air, it's Bennett. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
At the 44-yard line.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Take over.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's going to be incomplete. Humphrey, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice...
Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Cardinals are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the right side, up by the crowd. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Murray. The open man is Wilson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Murray's going to throw again. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Murray. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's going to have a 1st down. They get into field goal range here at the 29.
1st down, Arizona.
Throwing Murray. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Arizona. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's got 20 on the year.
The kick is good.
And that is number 2. Great. He is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. First down, Stafford. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Now Bennett. The second down throw is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
A gain there of 15. First down, L.A.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
At the 60.
They'll run straight ahead with Cora. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 3.
Ready, go.
Throwing is Bennett. That's into the hands of Cora. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20.
31 yards.
That is a big play for L.A. 31 yards.
First and 10.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and 2.
Here's second and 2.
At the 9-yard line.
Come on, come on. Ready.
Here's Bennett. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they're going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy, but, Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Oh, that is a duck on the kickoff. Not only doesn't it reach the landing zone, that's going to be spotted beyond the 40-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 10. And the Cardinals
On first down, it's Murray. To the right side here, pass is caught. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
A gain of
6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a first down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
That's caught by Harrison right side. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 14.
They'll come up here first
down,
and 10.
Arizona.
Green.
To throw again is Murray. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Second and 10. Throwing again is Murray. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
Murray's pass intercepted. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Bennett. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ended up being a wasted down.
Try again here. Second and 10. Bennett to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Baron Browning. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's third and long.
Here we go, shot.
To the air, it's Bennett. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
11 yards. It's fourth down.
19, right here.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and he'll take the ball over on down. On first and 10, it's Murray. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, You have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Quentin Lake.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one knocked away. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. And it'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
To throw is Bennett. He'll check this down to Corum out of the backfield. And the drop down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
It's 3rd and 10.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple.
19, Tiger, 19, Buffalo 18.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. Works out as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now, faking the give. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Shoot.
Now Murray on 1st down. That's caught downfield by Harrison. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Murray going to hand this to Benson. Good running inside the 25. Waterani brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open is the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
Now Bennett. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to They put Wilson in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. Got it open downfield on the crossing route. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Catching up with 7 so far in this one. And a first down. Green. They go play action with Murray. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Come back down. Panther 60. Panther 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Get up.
Throwing is Bennett. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. He took him out of bounds, and it will be third down.
Hey, 50. Lady.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
32.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Now they'll work his way out right.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
You will happily take this starting field position. They begin with first and goal at the 2. Benson will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
Touchdown, Arizona.
We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's Bennett. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. He's not going to get too far. Tackle after a gain of just a yard. It's second down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He was trying to connect with his tight end, Dalton Schultz. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs. The zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. They turn it over on down.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs. And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup.
To the goal line and in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ball.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one caught by Schultz, the tight end. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll set up the screen here to Ford. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Go!
To the air, it's Bennett. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Bennett to throw. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Blake Corum out of the backfield.
Brings up 3rd down.
And it's going to be 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Throwing, Bennett. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That one intercepted. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
He'll start at the 4. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Stephanie!
Back to the air following that pick six. Throw left side, caught by Ferguson. Down the sideline. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
A gain of 47 on the play. And a Rams first down.
To throw is Bennett. Through the air, connecting with Debo. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Rams first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Going right back to Samuel. He's got it again. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
First down.
They'll look to throw again. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up second.
Arizona will take its first time out. Clock will stop, and the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Back to the air one more time. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
The kicking team off for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Rams cut into the lead a little bit.
63. Rams 14.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
That's Harrison in motion. Murray now to throw on first down. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. So first and 10 here now at the 38. From the gun, it's Murray. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. Now a second down throw from Murray. Throughout another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say like that. He's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And the Rams are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keeper. This ball game is over. So it's a win for the Cardinals. They bounced back from the loss last week. They would put in a